Have you ever heard of Frau Holle? Well, now you have because I think it's one of the witches that we have been really sleeping on. I mean, in fairy tales, we all know the evil stepmother in Snow White. We know the wicked witch in Hansel and Gretel and Rapunzel, but Frau Holle always gets forgotten. And maybe that's because she's not necessarily an evil witch. She's just, you know, very kind and reasonable. The story that we know that was written down by the Brothers Grimm is one where a young woman falls down a well and ends up in this realm where Frau Holle lives, and all kind of things ask for help, and this young woman helps them and sticks around, meets with Frau Holle, and stays at her house for quite some time, and just helps around the house. And in the end, when she returns back home, Frau Holle is so thankful that she's like, well, I'm gonna shower you with riches. Well, this young woman had a stepsister who was incredibly lazy, so the stepsister, jealous of the wealth that her sister got, was like, well, I'm gonna fall down that well as well and see what's gonna happen. Well, she goes down, enters that realm, and she doesn't do any of the work that's asked of her. So obviously she doesn't get any riches in return. She gets covered in tar and feather as punishment. So Frau Holle is kind of witchy. But the thing that we've all been sleeping on is the fact that she is a very prominent figure in Middle European folklore. She is the bringer of snow, for instance. Some people say that she has godlike powers and that she is, in some ways, a bit comparable to Freya from Northern mythology, which is pretty cool. And there's a thing around Christmas, and I know it's middle of summer, but bear with me. Around Christmas, she is the leader of the wild hunt. And that's an incredibly wild thing. Apparently, in the nights leading up to Christmas, a bunch of ghosts will cross the sky in a thunder-like wave, and they are looking for people who have been lazy in the year before. They are being led by Frau Holle. The thing is, you don't want to see that wild hunt, because if you see it, you will get caught up in it and you will be forced to hunt along with them. And you also don't want to be lazy, because they do quite horrible things with lazy people. But yeah, just to say, within the folklore deep dive about witches, I think Frau Holle definitely deserves to be named as a witch.